Okay, I said that I would read you about this, looking into the subatomic microscopic zone of life, and what I read from this book called The Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East, Volume 5. And I want to read you about this that I think I'm seeing in the light. And this is called Life Eternal, this chapter. From a select amoeba, the divine image never changes. It dominates the ideal and perfect form and passes on that perfect form unchanged to every new cell that is created in the entire form. Thus, every cell of the bodies of the entire human race not only has the perfect, but is the perfect image of supreme intelligence. Thus, we have the unassailable proof that man or humanity is the divine supreme intelligence, which is God, the conquering Christ, God-man, the result of the complete coalition of the Trinity. Indeed, every seed has the exact image of that which it will produce. Now let us sit quietly and look directly at this select amoeba and its ability to reproduce and send forth and unerringly implant its perfect image into every cell. That, through multiplication, forms not only the human form, but every tree, every blade of grass, every flower, every crystal, and every rock, as well as every grain of sand. In fact, by the close examination of crystals, all rock structure can readily be classified. It is thus with every grain of sand, as well as with all minerals. This crystallization is the foundation from which we learn their relationship to the whole, and their relationship and economic value to humanity. Let us return again to the high magnification and rapid photography which is being developed. We find that the minutest seed, when its germ cell is photographed under high magnification, has the exact form of that which it will produce and bring forth unerringly, and it is giving off a wavelength or a vibratory frequency which accompanies it throughout its circle of productivity. And through its frequency of vibration, it attracts to itself the energy that is necessary for its development into maturity. And this frequency of vibration, which is the divine life essence, which accumulates or draws to itself the substance, not only gives life to the tree, the flower, and all vegetable life, as well as to all mineral and metallic substance, but it is the very life of that substance. Now I'm going to skip over for sake of time and read the words that, I don't know that you have to say them, but you can. But you think along this line, and when you do, and you really mean it with all your heart, then you'll be given the ability to see into that zone of life. It's a subatomic microscopic zone. Where the scientists lack energy, we have forged ahead to the complete knowing that we are that great emanating frequency. Sit quietly for a few moments with the statements, God I am, as all are. God I am divine intelligence. And know, and then admit to yourself, with all doubt removed, I am divine principle, I am divine love, and it flows through me to all the world. Then see yourself as God, and everyone you meet or see as God, and you will see that which is being accomplished in the sub-microscopic zone of life. For you will see an almost invisible drop of protoplasm that is transparent, jelly-like, capable of motion, drawing energy from the sun. It is already capable of using the light of the sun to break up the carbon dioxide in the air, forcing the atoms apart, seizing the hydrogen from the water, and producing carbohydrates, thus making its own food out of one of the world's most stubborn chemical compounds. This single cell, this transparent droplet, holds within itself the germ of all life. It not only has the germ, but it has the power to distribute this life to all living things, great and small. And it also fits that creature to its environment wherever life exists, even from the bottom of the ocean to the universe above. Time and environment have molded the form of every living thing so that it meets the infinite variety of all conditions. And as these living things develop their individuality, they sacrifice some of their flexibility to change and become specialized and fixed, losing the power to go back but gaining a better and a greater adjustment to the conditions as they exist. The power of this droplet of protoplasm and its contents is greater than the vegetation that clothes the earth in green, greater than all of the animals that breathe the breath of life, for all life comes from it, and without it no living thing would have been or could be. You will find that all of this is absolute truth, step by step. Humanity will know as we know that man is the universal source of this life. Man is master in the animal as well as in the vegetable and mineral kingdom, completely endowed with supreme intelligence, in reality, the soul of all things. This divine intelligence man has never lost. He has only become shamefully unaware of this true God heritage through the setting up of his own debased thought structure. It is well at this point to stop and let go of, forget, and forgive this debased thought structure, and set up a real structure as man, the supreme intelligence, the master of all things, God and man, one. An amoeba is a microscopic, highly developed living cell, composed of untold millions of atoms in orderly arrangement. Size is nothing to the infinite. The atom is as perfect as the solar system. This cell divides and forms two. The two divide and form four, and so on, ad infinitum, as cells do in every living creature. Each cell contains within itself the power to produce a complete individual. The cells themselves are immortal. They form the cells of all creatures, animal and vegetable, of today and are exact replicas of their progenitors. We, as all humanity, are well-ordered replicas of billions on billions of similar cells, each cell a citizen, intelligently doing its full quota of devoted service. This one cell also has the power to use sunlight to break up a chemical compound and make its own food, and enough for its brother cell. You will find that this division is absolutely basic as one of the essentials of life itself. Can it be further denied that man is immortal here, when there is every proof of divinity in as immortality? All things that live start from a single cell, and this cell compels all of its descendants to perform the service and follow without deviation the design of the creature the original cell is to duplicate. Whether it be a human, a turtle, or a rabbit, it is found that these cells have distinct intelligence, instinct, as well as reasoning power, as it is well known that after division, portions of these cells are forced to change an entire nature to meet the requirements of that being of which they are a part. Why? Because the plan is set forth and is invincible to change, and that is the reason that man is divine, perfect, and invincible. It does not matter what thinking structure he evolves, this plan is absolutely irresistible and can never be changed. It is first principle, dominant, and compelling, and is also the very reason that man is capable and abundantly able to reach the highest. In the event he fails to reach the highest in his immediate understandings, all that is necessary is for him to change his thought structure, which has circumvented him, to the true thought structure that is steadfastly fixed within his own mind, of which he always has an inherent instinct, and build a dominant thought structure which will allow him to reach to the highest conception to which thoughts can aspire. His easiest and most successful way of attainment to this highest goal is forever to let go of or drop the thought structure that has bound him to the wheel of repetition, and set into immediate action that which will build up an invincible thought structure which will never fail in carrying him to the highest. Anyway, I could read more, but I wanted to say a little something about those who see the light, and maybe they've thought that they're seeing those eye floaters. There are people who really do have their retina torn, and they see eye floaters. Sometimes these can even blur their vision, so that they have to have some medical treatment to enable them to see clearly. But what I see in the light, I can see or not see. I have to squint my eyes a certain way in order to see it at all. It never interferes with my being able to see what's around me. And I found from posting this that a few of people who have answered me have said they also see this. And I think it's something very exciting. Well, it's just so tremendously exciting. I wish to shout it from the housetops, but I can't, except through this medium here, because most people aren't quite ready to hear it, because if they don't see it, they only look at you like, well, maybe you're crazy. But this is not really information for them yet, for they're not ready for it. That's all. They're just simply not ready. And this is for those who can understand that we are light and that we're not this physical body we seem to think we are. And learning about light, you need to learn also about energy, because light is energy. And some of the things that energy does is what we need to learn more about. The quantum physicists are learning some of this, but they have not all of them connected it with spirit yet. But they will, because science and spirit don't clash when they're properly understood. But if you're seeing light and you're noticing that it's unusual, doing unusual things, don't let it make you afraid. Let it make you very excited, because we are seeing something with great importance, something that is greater than all the green vegetation that clothes the earth, the book said, or all the animal life upon the earth. And I don't know what it is that we'll do with seeing this light. I only have theories. I don't have any knowing. But I offer you the thought that it's something big. I think it's something really big. And even the possibility of how big it could be kind of is frightening in a way. But just build up to that thought that you might be doing some of the same things Jesus did, walking on the water and multiplying the food, all these things, because we're all thought. And when we can make our thoughts very potent, then we will see that thought creates. I'm going to read a little more from that book. I'll put it in the next one. And it shows you a little bit how that the masters use thought to create any manifestation of any needed item that they need. And that's exciting to hear. But don't let it make you think that only a master can do this. We're all here to be masters. These are things we will be able to do. Maybe, perhaps, real soon. I hope so. The world needs it. The world needs us. There's a lot of things that need correcting out there. And people who need to be shown the light, that it comes from us. Well, I will let you go now. I'm about to run out of minutes. And I'll be back at you later. Bye-bye.